Hello children, welcome you all to my English class. Children, in our last class, we had completed Unit 3 of the prose A Hero, isn't it? So today we will go for Unit 4 of the prose A Hero. But before that, let us have a recapitulation of our last class. Swami got up and spread his bed under the bench. He fell asleep and dreamt that a tiger was chasing him, so he groaned in despair. Swami opened his eyes with his utmost efforts and touched the wooden leg of the bench and sweated with fright. Then he heard the rustling sound and saw something was moving towards him in the dark. He hugged that with all his strength and used his teeth like a deadly weapon. There was a terrible cry while tumbling and falling amidst the furniture, and finally the burglar was captured. Just then his father, cook and a servant came there carrying a light and attacked the burglar. They found the burglar was lying on the ground with a bleeding ankle. This is all about the recap of our previous class. Now children, I am going to read the Unit 4 of the prose. So all of you listen me carefully while I am reading. Congratulations came showering on Swami the next day. His classmates looked at him with respect and his teacher patted his back. The headmaster said that he was a true scout. Swami had bitten into the flesh of one of the most notorious house breakers of the district, and the police were grateful to him for it. The inspector said, "Why don't you join the police when you grow up?" Swami said, for the sake of politeness, "Certainly I will," though he had quite made up his mind to be an engine driver, a railway guard, or a bus conductor later in life. When he returned home from the club that night, father asked, "Where is the boy?" "He is asleep." "Already?" "He didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night," said his mother. "Where is he sleeping?" "In his usual place," mother said casually. "He went to bed at 7:30. "Sleeping beside his granny again?" Father said. "No wonder he wanted to be asleep before I should return home. Clever boy." Mother lost her temper. "You let him sleep where he likes. You didn't risk his life again," Father mumbled as he went in to change. "All right, pamper and spoil him as much as you like. Only don't blame me afterwards." Swami, following the whole conversation from under the blanket, tremendously relieved to hear his father giving him up. Now children, from these paragraphs you must have come across some difficult words. Let us discuss that. Meanings of unfamiliar words. Pat, strike gently with the hand or touched softly at the back to encourage him. जाको हमें कहिबा थापुडेइबा. As you can see the picture. Notorious, widely known in a bad way. बा कुख्यात जाको हमें कहिबा. Its antonym may be famous. Famous रे ख्याति अर्जन करिबा. Notorious होची कुख्याति. Housebreaker, a burglar or a person who steals by breaking houses, doors, windows, etc. As you can see the picture of a burglar. Casually, in a relaxed way. Conversation, talk between the two or interaction. Now all of you look at the picture children. Here the father and mother are having conversation about their child. Relieved, consoled. Give up, stop expecting somebody to improve. Now children, I am going to explain the paragraph wise. So all of you listen me mindfully. Congratulations came showering on Swami next day. Children, first of all, I request you, all of you, to look at the picture. Here everyone is clapping for Swami. So what happened? Swami was congratulated by everyone. Why? How others congratulate to Swami? How did others congratulate Swami? Let us discuss that. His classmates looked at him with respect and his teacher patted his back. The headmaster said that he was a true scout. It means that his classmates or his friends looked at him with honor or respect and his teacher patted his back. That means the teacher touched softly his back to encourage Swami, and the headmaster told that he was a true scout. Swami had bitten into the flesh of one of the most notorious housebreakers of the district, and the police were grateful to him for it. It means Swami had bitten into the flesh of the most notorious housebreakers of the district. While tumbling and falling, when he hugged him with all his strength, Swami was injured severely. That's why the burglar was captured. For this event, the police were grateful. That means thankful to Swami. Here children, grateful means thankful. Okay? Now, the inspector said, "Why don't you join the police when you grow up?" So the inspector asked Swami, when you grow up, to join the police when he grew up. Swami said, for the sake of politeness, "Certainly I will," though he had quite made up his mind to be an engine driver, a railway guard or a bus conductor later in life. Here, made up his mind means decided. Okay? Decided. Inspector told to join the police when he grew up. Swami, for the sake of politeness, answered positively, although he had decided to be an engine driver, railway guard or a bus conductor in future. When he returned home from the club that night, father asked, "Where is the boy?" "He is asleep." When he returned home from the club that night, father asked the mother where the boy was. Then the mother told, "He is asleep." Father again asked surprisingly. Swami had already slept. Then he didn't have a wink of sleep the whole of last night, said his mother. Then his mother told, Swami's mother told that Swami did not sleep at all in the last night. "Where is he sleeping?" "In his usual place," mother said casually. Then again Swami's father asked where Swami was sleeping. Then his mother casually told that in his habitual place. Usual means habitual place. He went to bed at 7:30 and his mother also told that Swami went to bed at 7:30. Sleeping beside his granny again, father said, "No wonder he wanted to be asleep before I should return home. Clever boy." Then his father told that as Swami was a clever boy, as he wanted to be asleep before he would return home. Mother lost her temper. Here children, lost her temper means became angry. Ragi jiba. Okay. Mother lost her temper. You let him sleep where he likes. You didn't risk his life again. Then mother became angry and told that he should allow him to sleep where he liked, and also warned his father not to risk his life again. Father mumbled as he went in to change. "All right, pamper and spoil him as much as you like. Only don't blame me afterwards." Okay. Then when father mumbled means to speak in a low voice. Father became silent and told in a low voice that when he went to change, and told that not to blame him afterwards, as she would pamper and spoil him as much as she liked. Swami, following the whole conversation from under the blanket, tremendously relieved to hear his father giving him up. Swami heard the complete conversation of his father and mother, pretending that he was asleep under the blanket, and he felt relieved that his father gave him up to do whatever he liked. Now children, so from this lesson what we learned? We learned what is the central idea of this prose? The central idea is courage is everything, strength and age are not important. Okay? Now children, I will ask you some questions. Are you all ready to answer me? Very good. Answer in a word or a phrase. Why was Swami congratulated? Yes, tell children. Why Swami was congratulated? For his heroic deeds. Okay. Next. Who told that Swami was a true scout? Very good. The headmaster. Who were grateful to Swami for his heroic deeds? Good. The police. What did Swami make up his mind? Yes, Swami decided to become an engine driver. A railway guard. Or a bus conductor. Conductor means, do you know children? Who collects the fares from the passengers. Okay. When did Swami go to bed that night? Very good. 7:30. Okay. Now children, let us learn some new words. It is from your vocabulary part. Okay. The words given in the brackets have come from the story A Hero. The expression in each sentence is the meaning of the word after the sentence. Rewrite each sentence using the appropriate form of the word in brackets. It means children, here the word is given in the bracket and the meaning of this word is present in the sentence. You have to find out the meaning of that and we have to replace the bracket word in the place of the meaning of that word. Okay. But here by using this appropriate form of the word, it's very important. Okay. Now children, here I am not going to write the full sentence. Here it is given to rewrite full sentence. But you people when write in your copies or notebooks, you write the full sentence. Okay. One example has given, the teacher looked at me continuously before asking the question. Here it has given the word is fixed. So here we replaced fixed to the continuously. As it has given continuously, that's why here we have written fixedly. Okay. The plan of action suggested by the students was not accepted by the headmaster. Here proposition is given. Proposition means plan of action. Okay, so here you will write the proposition. Next, the child spoke in an unclear manner which her mother could not hear. Mumble, that is, spoke in an unclear manner. So here we will write the child mumbled. Okay. Next, question number 3. My friend sleeps in a separate room because he breathes noisily while asleep. Snore is given. Snore means here breathes noisily. So here we will write snores. The patient's painful condition affected everyone. That is agonized. In the place of affected, you will write agonized. The boy was not prepared and so did not want to take the examination. Hesitate here. Okay, hesitated. So, hesitated. Hesitated to take the examination. The low continuous sound of the bee adds charm to the garden. Humming. Humming means low continuous sound. So here you will write the humming of the bee adds charm to the garden. The surface of my car was damaged due to the accident. Scratch. Scratch means damaged. So here we will write scratched. Okay. Now come to the next slide. Here we will let's learn the language. As you all know, children, speech. What do you mean by speech? Speech means the words spoken by the speakers. And speech is of two types, direct speech and indirect speech. Pratyaksha ukti, paraksha ukti. What is direct speech? It is the actual words of a speaker. Okay. And indirect speech, it is the changed words told by somebody else other than the speaker. As in case of direct speech, the actual words are kept within the inverted commas or quotation mark. As here you can see, here quotation mark is given. But in case of indirect speech, inverted commas are omitted. Okay. Now, I will tell you certain changes that is to be affected in the direct speech. If one more important thing, children, here you see this is the reporting verb and this is the reported verb. When the reporting verb is in present tense, there will not be any change in the reported verb. But when it is in past tense, certain changes to be affected. Yes. Here, if in the direct speech, I is there, in the place of I, we will use he or she. Okay. If we is there, in indirect speech, we will use they. Our, their. You, I, he, she or they. That is related to the subject. This, that. These, those. Since, then, ago, before. Today, that day. Tonight, that night. Tomorrow, the next day or the day after. Yesterday, the day before. Last night, the previous night. Present simple. If the reported verb is in present simple, that will change to past simple in indirect speech. And if it was in past simple, then past perfect. Present progressive, past progressive. Present perfect, past perfect. Present perfect progressive, then past perfect progressive. Without this, some more changes are also there, children, as can will be changed to could, shall, should, may, might, will, would. In this way, so many changes need to be there. So, now, yes, you answer me. Here I have written two questions. He said, I have lost my pen. Yes, so here, it is in present perfect. Present perfect tense will be changed to past perfect. Yes. So, we will write, he said that he had lost his pen. Okay. Here, my is representing he. So, here we have written, he had lost his pen. He says, I am happy. You mark, children, here it is in present tense. The reporting verb and the reported verb both are in present tense. So, we will do no changes. He says that he is happy. Okay. Now children, if the reported verb is in question mark, then what changes you will do? In case of direct speech, the form of the question is first double H question, then helping verb, that is, am, are, do, whatever, then can, must, plus a subject. But in case when we change to indirect speech, that will be asked, double H question, then subject, then verb. In case of helping verbs, subject, that is of yes or no questions, and when we change to indirect speech, asked, if or whether will be added, then subject, verb, and inverted commas or quotation mark will be deleted. Okay, as yes, tell children, he said, where is the bus stop? Here children, question is from double H word. When we will change to indirect speech, yes, first we will write asked. So he asked. Okay, then double H question, here what? Where? Where? Then subject and verb. Subject is where the bus stop was. Full stop. Now, this question is from your yes no question, that is of helping verbs. She said, are they absent today? So here, what? She asked. Okay, she asked. Then what we will do? If or whether we will add. If or whether. Okay. Plus subject plus verb. That is, if or whether they were absent. Today will be changed to that day. That day. Okay. Now children, here we come to the end of our prose A Hero. Do you all understood? Very good. As usual, today also I have a quotation on a hero for you. Heroes are ordinary people who make themselves extraordinary. This is all for today's class, children. Thank you. Bye-bye.